Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
This week we're discussing Shimano's latest patents and what they could mean for the future. Has Shimano just leaked its next group sets?
Plus, in Hot Tech, we have a fully 3D printed titanium bike that you can actually buy. We've got new Pirelli tyres, we've got a new Merida gravel bike, we've got a new Ritchie all-road bike, we've got an update on the Dura-Ace carbon fibre cranks, plus some new rim brake wheels.
Yes. The rim brake is not dead in 2025.
Plus, of course, comments of the week and the bike vault.
Let's do it. This week, we are going to discuss Shimano's latest patents because within those patents, there are loads of juicy little details which we think might, well, inadvertently be leaking what's in their next group sets.
This is actually super exciting. But before we get onto that, can I just say, it feels like I haven't seen you for ages.
I know, man.
Where have you actually been?
All over the shop. But the biggest place we've been, Si and I went to Bolivia. And we had some adventures in the Andes, in the mountains, which go over 5,000 metres. It's the highest I've ever been.
So you
crazy.
Literally went to the other side of the world. I've been on loads of cool adventures as well. Yeah.
Where
I've
did
been
you go?
Like here.
Yeah.
Over there.
Well, it's good to be back, man.
It's good to have you back. But we're in for an exciting instalment, which you haven't had for a little while now, which is Patent's Patent Patrol.
Yes.
It's been that long, I can no longer find the nerd glasses.
Yeah.
I actually can't find them. So we're discussing, essentially what has happened is there's been details around a patent filed by Shimano, which I believe has been granted, all to do with what appears to be a new Derailleur hanger design.
There's other things in there too.
Yeah, which has then inadvertently led us on to other elements. So do you want to talk about the cassette first?
Well, let's get what the key things. Let's outline the key things that are shown in the patent. So
that
the
actually
first
makes a
thing
lot of sense.
is there's a cassette on there that's 13 speed,
Yes.
right? So that means is Shimano going to? You'd expect so.
You'd think so.
Because they're 12 speed at the moment, and SRAM have gone 13 speed, Campagnolo have gone 13 speed.
It's the next logical step, isn't it?
Okay, so that's 13 speed. The next thing is the derailleurs within these patents appear to be wireless and contain internal batteries.
Again, another first, if that is the case.
But a key difference is that whereas on Campagnolo and SRAM group sets, the batteries are removable, these are internal, as it appears in this patent.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I think we should discuss that a little bit later on, because I do want to talk about the actual hanger design first.
Yes.
So it appears to make use of the UDH standard, but with some tweaks to it, with like a sort of two-pronged element coming off the back of it.
A bit like what we've seen on SRAM's Explorer.
Well, sort of, but that group set kind of just does away with the whole concept of a derailleur hanger. It just utilises that by mounting directly onto the frame, whereas like this is still using that intermediate sort of part as such.
Yeah, it's like, but it's still like a two-pronged design, but it's coming from the opposite way.
Yeah, it gives me the concept of, you know, if you had a current Shimano derailleur and you had one of those like really nice UDH hangers that then go directly onto the mech, it's like that design but flipped around the other way slightly. So
another way to do it.
Yeah, who knows?
So they're the big differences, the big things that you can see in there. The most sort of important thing is, why does this matter and what does this potentially mean for consumers and people who are potentially going to buy this bike? So the first thing to point out is that this is all just speculation at this point.
Yeah.
But by having a wireless system with batteries internal in the mechs, it's a big shift away from the semi-wireless system of current Dura-Ace.
Yeah.
And it means that the batteries are a bit more accessible rather than having the cigar battery hidden in your seat post or your frame, which can be a pain.
Which then still means you do have to have cables to deal with as well, whereas now cables will be a thing of the past.
Yes. Yeah. However, I did think, well, batteries do fail over time.
Yeah.
And if your battery is internalised as part of the mech, does that mean you need a new mech? That is a definite downside to that kind of product compared
that'd be a huge downside.
Yes, compared to a removable battery. So there are advantages and disadvantages to both systems, I feel. Yeah. One of the other curious little details, though, that was in the patent to do with the batteries is it appears that they've also patented a a sort of dynamo feature within a hub that could charge those batteries. So that would mean that you would never, ever have to charge your Di2 ever again. It would just self-charge while you ride.
I mean, this is a cool concept, and it's something that has been utilised in a way on the latest Shimano Q's group sets. So it would make sense that they would start to use this technology in other areas. Perhaps they feel like it could be like positive for everybody. And go on, do you want to say something?
Well, no, the other thing I was going to say is it would appear that this, the patent suggests as well, one by group sets, like one by drivetrains. Now, on the road, Shimano has never officially supported one by up until now. Well, it is never officially supported one by. You get it off-road and you get it on gravel. But on the road, they don't. It's only ever been two by group sets up until now. And so that would be a big change. Although, yes, lots of riders run, particularly Dura-Ace, as a one by group set in time trial applications, and it works absolutely fine.
It's not officially supported. There you go. But what we should discuss is if this new hanger design could ultimately lead to like new dropout standards or something like that, because I feel quite strongly on this, is that I'm all for, and this can apply to the whole subject in general that we're discussing, I'm all for innovation, technical advancements, boundaries being pushed, new designs, new concepts. But what I wouldn't want to see is a massive change that is going to make lots of parts redundant, no backwards compatibility. You're going to have people that maybe want new parts, but they don't fit on their old bike, or, you know, I don't want to see people really limited and being forced into buying absolutely loads of new stuff.
Well, one of the wonderful things about wireless group sets and, well, SRAM Red, when it first came out, was, well, the ETAP, was that it meant that with very little stress, you could fit it to almost any bike, and including retro bikes, because there was no you didn't have to worry about internal cable routing or external cable routing or backwards compatibility. It was very easy to do, and so that's a big advantage of wireless systems.
Yeah, totally.
However, like what you're alluding to is when you start using these funky UDH mech hanger things, there's a lot of older bikes don't have UDH mech hangers.
Yeah, well, and UDH still hasn't been like broadly accepted like across the board. It still isn't. Every bike doesn't have this. Well, that's the goal.
So here's the question, right? Would you be up for the bike industry, so say Shimano with its next group sets, Campagnolo and SRAM, all switching to UDH?
Yes.
Because that was a very quick answer.
Oh, maybe I was too soon.
Well, no. Because I mean, there are advantages and disadvantages to UDH.
Yeah.
So UDH is, for those who are unaware and don't speak nerd, is like universal direct hanger. Universal Derailleur hanger.
Yeah.
So it's just this. We're seeing it on more and more modern bikes now. They come with a UDH hanger.
The concept is great because you're going to have this element that's standardized. Now, the bike industry is famous for having like a million standards, which then means they're not standards because there's so many of them. They're all different.
A million bottom bracket standards, a million derailleur hanger standards.
Like, can we all just agree on this one thing? But there obviously is going to be a crossover in time where you go from having lots of different options to just one, and then that is going to impact lots of people.
So there will be this like lost generation of people who who have to wade through this period where they suffer with backwards compatibility onto new stuff onto their older bikes.
But the good news is, if you go for a newer bike that's got UDH, you can then get a UDH hanger which makes it backwards compatible with your older group sets. So there is at least that option to try and sort of soften the blow slightly.
You'd imagine that companies like sort of Frames and Gear and stuff like that would come up with like a little bracket so that you could
Of course they will. Yeah.
Put a UDH hanger on an older bike.
100%.
But yeah, I think the big advantage is that compatibility with UDH.
Yeah.
And it means that then also it's much easier to find a replacement hanger. Like if gone would be the days of going on holiday and having to take a spare hanger with you because
it's universal.
Yeah, it's universal. You can get it anywhere, which would be really cool. There's also other things to do with like better alignment, better like frame protection. In the event of crashes and stuff like that.
What surprised me is that the whole point of the derailleur hanger was, obviously if you go back far enough, frames didn't have derailleur hangers. They were made from steel, and if you bent what was the hanger on the frame. You just heated it up, bent it straight again. Obviously, when aluminium bikes came along, it was like, oh, we need a sort of sacrificial piece. But now it feels like we're going almost full circle on this, and it's like, well, we just need to make the derailleur connection to the bike as rigid and stiff as possible for this crazy, rapid, precise shifting.
Yeah, and it is the other disadvantage is for weight weenies is it is marginally heavier having a UDH thing. Like it's ever so slightly heavy. You know, you're talking a few grams.
You can add that to your list of excuses next week.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I've got a UDH hanger.
Yeah. And the other big thing for consumers is 13 speed. You know, do we need 13 speed? Because this is the question. That every time a new group set comes out and it's just like one more gear, there's always voices out there who go, no, you don't need more gears. And part of it is because it's like, well, where will it end? 24 speed cassettes? Like,
I don't know. You see, it's easy to say no, you don't need it, but then when you do use like the next latest thing, you get used to it very quickly.
Well, this is right. So I think even in my mind, I was so happy with how 11-speed group sets performed.
I was buzzing with 11 speed.
Surely you can't get any better than this. This
11
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like 12 as if we really need that.
That's ridiculous.
But then when I've started using it, I now absolutely love it. And one of the main reasons is because in the case of Shimano, which is what I tend to ride most of the time, that 1134 cassette,
dreamy,
amazing.
Yeah,
well, you never used to have that before.
I said the same with SRAM 13 speed Explorer. I was like, who needs 13 gears? Then you ride it, and it turns out it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So okay, let me open this up as a bit of a broad question to you. What kind of stuff would you like to see on a new group set? Like, you've kind of got a little wish list, like this totally imaginary situation.
You're asking me here.
Yeah, what would you like?
Lighter and more aero.
Do you want extra gears? Do you want to keep, do you think you're happy with 12 speed, but you want to be refined more?
Do you know what? If they kept it 12 speed, but made it lighter and more aero,
you'd be happy.
All the group set I would need.
I think I'd be down with that. I don't think...
If they got rid of if they made it got the batteries hidden inside it and did some of those things, that's cool. I'm into that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I would happily forgo the one extra gear, but see the rest of it really refined and dialed in. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen.
But I mean, that's the thing. This is all at the moment. This is all speculation.
Yeah, but that's great fun.
Yeah, we see. It allows us to think what we'd like to see. Yeah. And big companies like Shimano they file so many patents. Most of them never see the light of day. Most of them, it's just protecting ideas and just covering bases and stuff.
Do you reckon someone at Shimano Mega Base is sat there chuckling away that the pair of us going, yeah, we're never going to use this idea? Who knows?
Probably not. They've got far better things to do than watch the GCN Tech Show. They just, they're probably already working on 15 speed.
15 speed.
Squirreling away.
Oh, God. Yeah. But we should hear from everybody at home, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I think please do get involved in the comments section down below. Share your thoughts on what you think the future holds for the group sets and what some of this patent information means for the future.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. And right, shall we move on to hot tech?
Yes, so hot tech this week. Right?
Yeah, but right, before we go too far, as the tech show goes out this week, you are going to be at Rouleau Live looking out for all the good stuff.
Yeah, in London, and there's some really cool stuff there. So make sure you check out our hot tech videos from Rouleau Live. They'll be on the tech channel, so subscribe and hit the bell if you don't want to miss them. Yeah. But one of the things that I know is going to be there, now I haven't seen it yet. Okay. I was sent a message with the description of it, but there were no pictures. So I'm going to see it at Rouleau Live. I'm really excited to see this thing.
Do you want to give us some sort of clues to it?
Yeah, so it is a bike from Jay Laverack Cycles, who specialise in making titanium bikes.
Like uber bling.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah. They've made an aero bike that is fully additive manufactured from titanium, including lots of 3D printing. Its name is the Speedform.
Amazing.
And it's fully bespoke, fully custom, so the tube lengths and everything are tailored to the person that buys it. It's CFD optimized as a titanium bike, which I think is pretty wild for a 3D printed titanium bike. Pretty crazy. It's been developed over the last 20 months, they're saying. And key features, it's got dropped stays.
Yeah.
It's got internal cable routing, T47 bottom bracket. It's optimised for 30mm tyres and can take over 32mm as well.
Okay.
It's got an additive manufactured seat post and integrated stem, and each frame is custom built to the millimetre.
This is cool.
So yeah, if you want to see this bike, because I want to see this bike too, I want to see what it looks like, you're going to have to watch the Rouleur Tech video.
I know of a few titanium brands that are going to Rouleur, so I feel like the show could be like battle of like the titanium brands with their like crazy
designs. Well, that's it as well, because the other bike that I know is going to be there, that we've obviously spoken about on the channel before, but I've never seen it in person, is that one we did on the most expensive bike, the number 22. Crazy aero titanium bike.
I was chatting to the guys at Number 22 Bikes on email the other day, and they're taking the bike and it'd be cool to see it. I'm actually gutted I'm not going, so get lots of cool pictures of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Bringing things slightly back to the levels of reality, talking about titanium frames. New gravel tyres.
Oh, new tyres.
Yeah, right. So the Cinturato range from Pirelli is their gravel range, and they've now split this into two different categories. You've got the performance line and the high performance line, okay? The big differences here are the high performance line is now being made in-house in Italy by Pirelli, and you've got difference in terms of the compound, the casing, the construction, as well as different tread patterns between the two options. Whereas the performance line made outside of Italy, slightly less advanced casing, compound and construction. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So the HP line, because it's now being made in Italy, you've got the H tyre and the M tyre, which are the tread patterns that have been around for a little while now.
Yeah.
And there is now a 15% improvement in the rolling resistance and a 10% improvement in the puncture protection. The HP line comes in the three different colours. You've got black, classic, and that super cool light tan retro colour. Buzzing that you can get the gravel tyres in that now. The performance line now has 4 different tread patterns. So you've got the H, you've got the M, and the tread pattern that was called the Cinturato RC is now called the RM, just to make things more confusing. Stands for Racing Mixed. And there's a 4th new pattern called the RH, which is a sort of slick central design, slightly more aggressive tread on the side.
Nice.
Sort of striking that balance.
We used 50mm Cinturatos
on your big adventure?
in Bolivia, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Big knobbly boys.
Knobbly boys.
And we didn't get a single puncture. And I think when people watched the videos of where we were riding,
It sounds absolutely off the charts what you guys were doing.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy in the Andes. Yeah.
I'm absolutely buzzing to see what you guys got up to.
Yeah.
Pirelli also have a new tyre pressure calculator, which they have literally just launched as well. So I've managed to get top secret early access to this because I've actually got it here for you. Look at this. So you plug in all of the different parameters of the setup that you're using. And
I've not used this yet.
It spits out the tyre information.
And you go tube type or tubeless, because that impacts the pressure.
But so I tell you, the greatest thing that I like at the start here is the first thing you're faced with is, do you want like beginner mode or do you want nerd expert level?
What do you put?
Nerd expert level.
Okay.
Basically, what it means is it simplifies everything, so you don't have to put in every possible different parameter. You're like, hey, do you know what? I just want to pump my tyres up and know that I'm kind of doing the right thing.
This is really cool. What would be really cool,
Yeah.
well, this is the kind of nerdy stuff that I love to do in my spare time. I'm going to compare this to other existing product calculators and see what the
how they
difference
compare.
is like.
Obviously, once you put the information at the end, you've got different surfaces to choose from. And what I do like is they also give you the information that you need to make small tweaks to your tyre pressure based on the weather conditions, so dry or wet, the temperature that you're in, but also it says how much impact changes in altitude have to your tyre pressure for every 1,000 metres.
Right. In Bolivia, this was absolutely mental. So, we're up at went up like 5,000 meters.
Yeah.
At 5,000 meters,
Yeah.
your tires get harder. Like they come because the partial pressure. It's like if you have like a packet of crisps.
Yeah.
Like a packet of crisps at sea level is like normal.
Yeah.
But then you take it up.
It's like a balloon.
It balloons out. Yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. Well, there you go. Maybe when that launches, you can try that.
Physics.
Also, we said at the start of the show, the rim brake is not dead. So Elite Wheels have just launched a new wheel, and it's called the Marvel 2 rim brake. This replaces the original one, which was called the Marvel. Two main changes here. You've got improved brake surface and brake track on the wheel, which has got a new 3K 45-degree carbon weave to it.
Yeah, so just to be clear, these are carbon clinchers.
Carbon clinchers, yeah.
Tubeless ready?
Yeah, I think they are actually. And so the idea between the update to this is to improve the brake surface life on these. And also they're utilising different spokes to the previous generation. So they're using the Alpina Ultralight Aero spoke instead of the pillar. And this, the super nerds out there are going to love this stats. It reduces the spoke weight from 6.5 grams to 4.2 grams per spoke, obviously. Wheels have quite a lot of spokes. Do the maths, see how much lighter they are. What's cool, right? I hadn't realised just how crazy the pricing is on these wheels. $840, which is £650 for a carbon wheel set that comes in a 38, a 50 and a 60. The 50mm ones are like 1,485 grams and they come with ceramic bearings.
Pretty good, eh?
That's mad.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Nice to see that there's still demand out there and people still want it and they're fulfilling that.
Yeah, 100%. This is cool. We should talk briefly about the Dura-Ace carbon fibre cranks. Connor and I spoke about them the other day. You and I spoke about them on the phone. You said you might have someone that had a set.
Yes.
Have they delivered on this yet?
They're working on it.
I was really hoping this was going to be like a gift when you return.
My friend Mike seems to think that he's got some Dura-Ace carbon cranks.
Well, I can actually go one step better than that because the lovely person's name has just completely gone out of my mind. Has emailed us in, emailed Si and myself with a picture of their Brompton.
Yeah.
This is like the ultimate flex. Brompton with carbon fibre Dura-Ace cranks on it.
That is
what
the
the
most
hell?
outrageous Brompton I've ever seen.
Who does that? Like, that's mad. And has it got a carbon fibre chainring? Oh, no, it's not carbon fibre. But
It's like Batman's Brompton.
I mean, this is madness. Okay, well,
Wow.
I guess I just have to patiently wait a bit longer for those Dura-Ace cranks then, shall I?
Yeah.
Yeah, no pressure. New Ritchie all-road bike. Should we talk about that next?
Oh, yeah.
So this is, every time I read it, I want to call it the September, but it's not. It's the Septima Pass is what it's named after.
The Septima Pass.
Yeah.
Are
you familiar with this?
I'm not actually familiar with the Septima Pass.
Please ask me to tell you more about it.
Tell me more about it.
Well, I'm pleased you are, Solly. This is a road which stretches between the border of Switzerland and Italy. Knew that off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So this is Tom Ritchie's concept of an all-road bike, which really doesn't favour road or gravel. It tries to hit the sweet spot between both. Now, I'm going to say it's actually pretty very close and more of a gravel bike than some other gravel bikes are, because it's got clearance for 48mm tyres.
And it's got them big wide boys.
It's got the big wide boys on it.
Big flared bars.
So you can run it with 1x, 2x. I think you can use internal cable routing. You can use mechanical electronic shifting.
It's got a bit of a mullet set up there as well.
Yeah, but what I don't think you've realised yet is it uses Ritchie's breakaway frame design, so you can split the frame in half.
Come again?
Yeah, honestly, look at by the seat post, the second split at the top, just in front of the chainring.
Oh, yeah, so you can travel with it.
You can travel easy with it. Just go, I'll take my frame apart.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
That is cool.
New Merida gravel bike.
Good for adventures. So, another gravel bike.
Yeah, so this is the Merida Mission. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, so previously they've got the Sculptura, which is their like road bike.
Yeah.
And then they've got the Silex, which has been their gravel bike type thing. So what's this?
Well, you've kind of teed me up for this nicely. Thanks very much. This sits perfectly in the middle. Key difference between those other bikes, well, the geometry and the tyre clearance. 40mm tyre clearance here. And this really is, Meridia saying it's positioned as like a proper race gravel bike. Think along the lines of like UCI gravel racing rather than like the most extreme stuff that's out there.
Because 40 mil seems quite low.
Yeah, low or conservative, depends how polite you want to be.
Yeah, but that's like, because the trend is definitely for wider tyres.
Yeah, I think it's trying to. I think just manufacturers and brands in general are really trying to get more and more specific with their bikes. So it's like you had road bikes, gravel bikes, you had all road bikes. Now you've got racy gravel bikes and you've got adventure ones, and the lines are so blurred between them.
What was the tyre width that most people were using at the UCI Gravel Worlds that Dan did?
Well, the race that Dan did, there were people racing on 35s, people on 40s, some on 45s, but because of the type of terrain and the surface and the weather conditions.
What did Dan use?
I set Dan up with a 40 on the back and a 45 on the front, and I think we could have got away with a 40 on the front easy. Maybe you could have gone smaller, just because there was a lot of road. Surface wasn't too rough, because it's really when it's really rough you want that massive tyre volume. But
in gravel races you've done,
what
would you typically?
I'd say a 45 is like my go-to, general. If it's pretty wild, biggest tyre you can get. If it's a little bit like tame, go a bit narrower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
One thing I do want to point out: this bike has a gut.
Right.
It's internal storage for spare tubes, tools, or other things. GUT stands for gear and useful things.
Of course it does.
Alex is laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good gut on you.
Yeah. Okay.
Loads of different options. The wallet-friendly one starts at £2,250 all the way up to £7,000 for the top spec version.
There you go.
Plus loads of options in between. There you go. More hot tech next week.
Time now for comments of the week. Comments you've been leaving under our videos.
Did you see?
Yes, I did.
The thing last week.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So under last week's show, Chris Guarea said, "Sid, the video editor, not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need."
Yeah. Thanks, Sid.
This was after he stitched you up.
Yeah, he did. I mean, we opened ourselves up to it. So I'm fully here to embrace it.
The thing is most people won't understand the joke there, I think, because we have an international audience.
Yeah.
That was a reference to the title card that used to be on BBC broadcast programmes. So what you'd get is basically, in the olden days, kids, TV programmes didn't run 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you'd get to like midnight and then the BBC broadcasting service would go on like hold.
Yeah.
And it would like, the TV programmes would stop until like, I don't know, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. the next day. At which point then the title card... There would be a countdown
timer, yeah.
The title card would appear, which was like this weird thing that was used to like check if your TV was working properly and the colours and it was in focus and the picture was right. And it was this girl with a clown and a chalkboard and playing noughts and crosses. And that was basically what he was joking with. KWB9541 says, very high quality second-hand bike with rim brakes is perfect for your first bike. You get more bang for your buck. You can readily learn how to service and repair it. You can ride it for years. As your interest and ability grow, you can make upgrades to it. And then if your interest drops, well, the resale value may bring you nearly what you paid for it because depreciation of a new bike is much greater. That is sensible advice there. Good point. I agree with that.
Logical.
Ruzi Morelos says...
Oh, this was great.
He's talking about Connor. So Connor said, it goes faster at 50 than at 70 kilometres an hour.
Oh, he did not know what he was talking about.
This banter sounds like just like me and my mates. Thanks for all the fun, guys.
Connor was like, honestly, we were talking about the Colnago track bikes. Honestly, I've read all the stuff. They've done so much stuff with the frame. It's faster at 70 than when it's doing 50 kilometres. I'm like, yeah, no.
Good one,
And he was like, yeah, but it goes faster at 70 than 50. I'm like, of course it does. Whatever. Also, at the weekend, I made a video showing everybody my cool new bike.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
What cranks did it have on it? Rhetorical question.
Obviously.
So there were lots of comments about that. And so Bigger Tree said, Alex's house is just a magical place where Dura-Ace parts just happen to pop out occasionally. There were lots of replies to this. Andrew McAllister said, there's a wormhole directly from the Shimano factory to Alex's garage. People enjoyed that comment. 13 of them. And then Alan Freeman said, you've heard of the shoemaker and the elves. Well, Alex has Dura-Ace elves.
Yeah. And someone else, James Smith, Alex's house has Dura-Ace door handles.
Yeah. And then Joe Wasaki said, when you claimed that the Dura-Ace cranks on your bike just appeared.
They did.
He says that means don't say, I bought it, but don't tell my wife.
Yeah, kind of his code for that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. John Strack says tan sidles are excellent on those wheel decals.
They do look good, yeah.
Couldn't live with the white bar tape. Also, lots of people noticed the fact that I filmed almost the entire video next to a sign that says no cycling.
I did spot that. I know that the exact spot where you filmed the video.
Someone else, user CX2BK6PM2F, catchy username, says Alex, sharp bike, very sharp, but then we have common electrical tape holding that beautiful white bar tape. Could you help me out? I don't actually know what the next word says.
It says looks plebeian.
Oh, thanks very much.
So basically during the feudal system of the United Kingdom back in the day, which then led to why we have this sort of class system now. The lowest common denominator of people were there was the plebs.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Actually, no, I believe that below them there was the villains, but anyway.
Well, it looks plebeian on an otherwise exclusive bike. The bar tape should be wrapped in reverse, starting from the top, ending at the bar ends, thus eliminating the need for ugly electrical tape. Do you know what? I totally disagree. I totally get if you wrap bar tape the other way, you don't need to tape it. One, I think the electrical tape actually looks like a neat, slick finish. Two, if you wrap your bar tape the other way, it immediately curls and rolls up and doesn't actually last very long. So, in your face.
You could get some white electrical tape, though. They do make it.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it doesn't. At some point, you're going to have the change from white to black because of the colour of the bars.
Right.
So all you're going to do is change the.
Why haven't you got white handlebars?
I don't know. Maybe that'll be my next upgrade. In that, I think if that bike had white handlebars, it would just be like too much.
Why haven't you got white wheels and a white saddle and white Dura-Ace cranks?
Anyway, it's now time for the Bike Vault. This is part of the show where you submit pictures of your bike using the link in the description down below, and we'll judge them for either nice or super nice. If they're super nice, Ollie, what happens?
You'll ring the bell. So here we have Goody 49 something or other. He's going on the Taunton to Bridgewater Canal on an autumnal gravel ride on a rather nice Canyon Grail. What do you make of this?
I mean, it could be a very cool bike. They've tried to present it well by putting it in Biggie Smalls. And
It's jaunty angle, though, isn't it?
angle.
Weird.
They tried to align the valves, but they're not quite at the right angle.
I don't mind that it's dirty, because I think gravel bikes with dirt on them look cool.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think to the Connor Dunn style selfish mudguard?
Totally pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, really not feeling that, I'm afraid. What do you think?
I don't like those mudguards. I think they're rubbish.
I love that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get you one for Christmas.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice.
Tell you what, it looks like he's running road pedals
Yeah.
on there. What do you make of that?
I'm okay with that if you're going to just ride canal paths and stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully your technical ability can handle it.
I think it's a lovely bike. I just think that the way it's presented is nice.
Yeah. Can we just go back a step, and I'm going to put a picture of my bike in the Bike Vault to start with, so everyone can judge it nice or super nice themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is what's the point? Because we know it's a nice.
No, we don't know that.
It is.
Nice.
It's only a nice.
Okay, so we're going to put a picture of my bike in front of my face and a picture of Ollie's bike in front of his
Look,
face.
we've established it doesn't have white handlebars. It's got black electrical tape next to the handlebar tape. It doesn't have a white saddle. It doesn't have white wheels or white Dura-Ace cranks. So it's just a nice. Even with
all of that, I still think it's better. It's cooler than your bike.
And the biggest reason is it's your bike. So that means it can only be a nice.
Yeah.
Our bikes can only be nices. It's a fact.
But if mine is nice and yours is nice, mine's nicer than yours.
Oh.
Right, where were we? Marv next. Greetings from the Seattle area, Seattle skyline in the background.
Wow.
Wind space.
He's gone full wind space. He's got the Hyperlun wheels that you remember you rode down the staircase of death.
Oh, can we actually have a clip of the staircase of death?
For those who've forgotten about it.
A lot of spaces underneath the stem, but that's okay if it makes the bike fit. It's in the wrong gear. The valves and wheels, everything's not aligned. It's just not doing it for me, I'm afraid.
I mean, it's just the standards are slipping here, aren't they? This is not a very good week. I mean, it's very sort of jaunty angle going on there. It looks like that could fall over at any moment. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a nice. Who we got next? Zach with the Blue Rockets as a Stork Airfast 5 Team Edition. Campagnolo Super Record EPS.
Chris King.
Envies.
Hubs on there on NV 4.5s.
Oh, boy.
What do you make of that?
And I tell you what I do make of this is...
The pink bottles are very pink.
Are
they cool?
I think they are kind of cool in this situation.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
Yeah. So I tell you what I think about this. One, the valve on the front wheel is not quite aligned. And two, I'm not a huge fan of the super deep aero fork.
It's very deep. I feel like it somehow escaped me how deep the fork is on the Stork Airfast. But it's very deep, isn't it? But you know what? I think that is a bit of a weapon, that bike.
It is, for sure. It's so cool.
And you don't see that every day. To see one of those, but also one with Super Record EPS. You don't see that often.
Yeah.
I think it's super nice.
Super nice.
Tim VC61 next. He's got a Cube Lightning Air with some
7.1.
Newman carbon wheels and SRAM Force Groupset on there. 7.1 kilograms apparently with a power meter. Newman wheels.
Okay.
They are cool.
This looks like a particularly large bike.
Incidentally, what did the singer of the hit single Cars, Gary Newman, want to be when he grew up?
Literally no idea.
Gary Oldman. There you go. Carry on. Is it nice or is it a super nice?
Oh, I'm just trying to recover from that. It is a... Excuse me. Excuse me. It is a... I think it's... I want to say super nice.
What is going on with that bottle? It looks tiny.
Well, it's because I think it's a large bike.
It just looks like a sort of bottle that you find inside a hamster's cage. Like it's a tiny little...
Yeah, maybe it's with a little ball valve inside it.
Yeah, is that what is going on there? Is that a nice or a super nice? I quite like the sort of Nardo grey. That's kind of cool.
I think I'd like to super nice this.
Yeah?
I think I'm prepared to go for that. Are you?
Yeah, go on then.
Thanks, yeah, I'm glad. Old Davo, 1950.
Yeah.
With a 1973 Classic, which is still going strong. It's a Bob Jackson. Apparently still gives great service. Started life as my old race bike with a full Campagnolo group on it. Over the years, become a trusted training bike. Now with mainly old Suntour and Sagino components. This is nice. Back in 1974, I remember buying the original Campagnolo brakes for $65. More than a week's wages back then. Crazy, people said. Well, here we are 50 later with many a brake blocks replaced.
Well, the good news is that Bob Jackson's house only cost $100, so probably all right.
I've got a thing about these sort of older, cooler bikes, and I think I'm prepared to be particularly lenient.
I love that bike is from 1973 and it is still going. That is amazing. I love the external. I love the frame pump on there. Yeah. I just love that something old is still working, still going strong. It's like great sustainable design.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'm all for it. Super nice.
Although I am intrigued as to what has gone on moments before this photo was taken, because it feels that like Bob Jackson had a very violent and aggressive encounter with a giant foxglove, and it looks like the foxglove has come off worse.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. No, I don't know the reasoning for that.
Well...
Can we super nice it?
Yes.
Yes. get a yellow bottle cage, it will match the bike a lot better.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the last bike in the bike box this week.
Yeah.
I must say I enjoyed that. Great to have you back, mate.
Yes.
More of the same next week.
Oh, yeah.
Not planning any trips to the other side of the world again, or are you all right for now?
Yeah, I think I'll have a rest for now.
Yeah, you have a little rest. Yeah, you look particularly tired.
Thanks.
Right, wrap it. Love you. Bye.
Bye.